Hey guys, Liquid Fire here. Thanks for joining me again tonight. So we are back in Way of the Hunter, and we are picking up the Hunter's Advantage Pack mini dive. So this is part two. Initially, when I was recording everything, I thought it was going to be one video, but it ended up taking a whole lot longer to get through everything than I had realized. I broke things up and did it on different days, and I just did not realize it was anywhere near as long as it was. So we kind of just stopped when we got to the e-collar. So we're going to pick up kind of in the middle of the video, work through the rest of the e-collar, and then wrap everything up for part two. So I apologize that it's taken so long, but we'll try to get it wrapped up tonight. All right, thanks. Hope you enjoy. So we're going to jump over and actually start taking a look at this e-collar. Um, there's a couple things at play here. So the first piece is the age grouping, or excuse me, the fitness grouping. So it says it attracts low fitness males and high fitness males. I can tell you from a little bit of testing already, it does attract only the males in some of the species that was kind of concerning. For me, something like wolves, where you would use the kiyi. My concern was if they used the same collar logic and didn't think about the animals that it actually attracts. The kiyi attracts females when you have it on the low fitness. So the first thing I wanted to make sure of was that it actually attracted just the males. And it did. So that much I've already seen. I'll go do one just to have it on tape here. But the other thing that's kind of been interesting is I've not seen any youngs responding. So that's um, it's not horrible, but it may be an issue. Well, maybe issue's the wrong word, but it may be something that matters. So when you're trying to go through and do a bunch of polling, so you're trying to really work on your herds, the sooner you can get rid of a low fit, the better, as we have an animal squalling. And some of the collars would allow youngs to respond to the low fit. Take the rattle bag, one of the best collars in the game, and it would bring in young low fits. Not all of them do. The elk collar, for example, wouldn't bring in youngs. Um, I'd have to look for the others. That might be the only one. Red deer. I don't know. It might be the only one. But there's a lot of different age groups that respond to the other collars. Um, if we take a look at the elk collar, for example, in low fit you can get adult and mature. In high fit you can only get matures, and that may have changed. I don't know if they've made any changes to the other collars. I doubt that. I'm going to dig into it. But with this collar, it makes me wonder what is actually going to respond. To be completely candid, at this point in time, I'm not really interested in going through and testing all of the animals to see which ones respond and how they respond and all that. Um, there's 47 animals. Okay, that's a lot. That's too much work. I'm not invested enough to do that. If I were getting paid to do it and test it, okay, sure, maybe. Just to do it for fun, I'm not really likely to do that. Not now. A few years ago, maybe, but now I'm just not. Um, but we are going to take a look at some of the animals and see how they respond. And we're going to look and see if we can get any young low fits of anything to respond. So we'll probably go to Matariki since there's animals everywhere there. Maybe I'll go to Tika Moon would be a good place to go because we can see a bunch. Yeah, we'll go to Tika Moon. We can try the lions and see how they respond. I didn't do lions, I did wolves. So we'll go check that out and see how it responds, and that's where we're going to wrap things up at. So we're going to pause here and jump over to Tika Moon. Alright, so obviously we are now in Tika Moon. So I just kind of drove up the valley here a little bit to see what we could find. And we have some lines out here. So this is perfect. This is one of the ones I wanted to make sure I did test. So what we're going to do is take a walk up here and get a little closer, first off. And then we're going to use the low fitness collar. Let me make sure I did. Okay, yeah, we got it. So we're going to, sorry, brain just fogged over. We're going to walk up here to these lines, and we're going to use the low fitness collar and see how they respond. So with the Kiyi, we would have had the females respond first. Now with the new universal e-collar, we should have just a low fitness male respond. We'll get a little bit closer so that we have more of them in range. Should be pretty good. We'll still go ahead and move it a little bit closer. We'll throw the giraffe up to make it a little bit easier to see things. Which I guess we could use the camera. Alright. So there are all of our lines ready to go. Alright, low fit. I hate the delay after you quit using it before you can actually change gear or whatever. So it looks like we got this guy responding. Yeah, definitely seems to be him. And that is a guy, obviously. Alright, so we should pick up a second guy if the color logic works the same. Looks like we got one over here coming in. So around 20 seconds more or so, I expect they should stop and we'll have to go call again. Alright, should be any second. Yep, there we go. Oh, didn't realize I had this scope on here. Alright, we may not have any more low-fit males in the herd here. Alright, so what we're going to do now is next time these guys stop, we're going to recall the low fit and we're going to call a high fit and see what happens. We know we should have some high fits in there. Alright, here we go. Oops. Oh, this delay is killing me. Alright, so here are our two low fits coming. We've also called high fit. And I think we may have this guy coming. So we're going to watch these low fits come in. And then whenever they stop, there we go. Oh, come on. That thing is so slow. Alright, we should, in theory, pick up another high fit. Yep, here he comes. So that's a little bit of a change too. So in the past, mixing high fit and low fit created issues. And now it looks like you can call low fit and high fit at the same time and not get anything to turn back. So that's good. Well, it's time to call again already. And we'll just kind of, oh, let me call the high fit. Heard him holler. Good reminder. Alright, and we're just going to kind of watch these and see where the triangle is when they stop. Should be any moment. Yep, so it looks like under the R in Universal. Alright, so we'll let these guys come on in. These guys have not come at all. So we got a 3-star mature, we've got a 4-star mature, 1-star adult, 1-star adult, and these two are just chilling. So that's an adult and that's an adult. Interesting. Interesting. Come on. It's like 4 seconds to be able to change weapons. So we got a 1-star adult, a 2-star adult, a 1-star adult, I think we're seeing that high fit adults are not coming in. Let's see what scope I have on the other one. Yeah, we'll use it. Look at all those. Alright, so we hit him. That should be a high fit adult if I'm right. How far did I go from the Jeep? Alright, let's run and pick up the Jeep. Unfortunately, there were no youngs that I saw anyway. Now the key, whenever we were using it, let me double check before I say it, just to make sure I'm not lying. Yeah, so the key would bring in young, adult, and mature with the collar for high fit. Oh, good lord. I thought you were done when you didn't jump from the Jeep. Alright. So we've got high fit. That's exactly what we expected. High fit adult. So there's the 300 PRC on a lung shot at the line. Yeah, we did spook him, but he still ran 300 yards after the spooks. But the interesting part of that isn't the line or the gun. It's the fact that the adults did not respond to the collar. That's a big change. Now I wonder if all of the collars are the same. Are we going to be able to call only adult and mature low fits and only that's the same lines, only the mature high fits? I don't know. These guys, having been spooked, I don't really want to use them again. Let's see if we can find something else to call in. The good thing is it looks like it's still the same 45-second walk in. All the logic's probably the same around that. I really don't see anything else. Alright, let's hop in the Jeep, drive a little further north. Alright, so we got Springbok down here. Don't see anything else around. But we've got Springbok. Oh, we got... That's more Springbok further down there, I believe. Let's go ahead and get out. Alright, so we're about 50 meters out. Probably should have just drove in. Okay, so we're set up for Springbok. Let's see what we got down here. We got a 1-star adult, got a mature, adult, mature. Now this is not going to be very helpful. That looks like a gym back there. Alright, so we're going to do the high fit collar. And then see, well, we're going to do both. We're going to do the high fit and the low fit. And let me change to the right thing. So we're going to try double calling and see what gets left behind. I want to try calling different species at the same time too, but for the moment we're just going to do this. Is nothing going to come in? Oh, we got something here. We got a 3-star mature. There could be something behind here coming, I guess. They may all be high fit. Alright, so we're going to have a second one coming in. So we've got a 1-star adult. I'm going to continue to double call the high fit and the low fit. And if this adult right here stays, oh, we've got something else coming in too, it looks like. I don't know. Oh, come on, it's so slow. So we've definitely got a 3-star mature, a 2-star mature, a 1-star adult it looks like, and a 2-star mature. So I don't know which are going to be high fit and which are going to be low fit. That might be telling us it's the low fit one. No, it shouldn't have stopped yet. Alright, so 3-star mature, 2-star mature, 2-star mature, 1-star adult. We've got a 1-star adult back there that's not responding. Got a Gimswalk wandering in. We'll see which of these stop first. I think this one will. And that'll be responding to the low fit collar if it does. Both of these did. And then in a few seconds these two should. Yep. Alright. So we've got 2 coming into the low fit, 2 coming into the high fit. And nothing else is coming in. So we've got that adult back here. Yeah. And I'm going to guess that he's going to be high fit. Can't really get a shot at him from here though. He needs to move. We're just going to keep these guys coming in so that they stay out of the way. Is that him there? Alright, perfect. So we're going to shoot him and expect him to be a high fit adult. Alright, so he's down. Go mark on him. Now we'll have the initial blood trail mark anyway. Let's run back to the Jeep real quick. So that's 2 in a row if this guy is a high fit. Still need to see what happens with the young low fits. Alright, and there you go. I'm not going to say that it's happening for all of the animals, but it certainly does appear that the logic is that only mature high fits are going to respond to the collar. That's twice we've seen the adult stay back. That's interesting. Where's that guy? Oh, I hate the delay. It's driving me insane. Oh, there we go. So we've got an adult. So if he's responding, we should be able to say he's going to be low fit. He may not have been responding. I don't know, but he came this way. Oh, we got an animal right there too. Alright, we'll let you go. Well, there we go. Poor little guy got all just completely disheveled. So, low-fit adult. That's fitting the logic. All right, I'm gonna pause things and go find some more animals. Put some calls in and see if we can find a low-fit young. Well, a young of any type, really. I just need to find a young. And see if we can get an idea of whether or not they respond. From what I'm seeing, I think we're looking at... Well, we got some animals right there, right in the middle. I think we're looking at it as mature high fit and then adult and mature low fit, and that's it. Which, as long as it's consistent, that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. All right, let me pause things, go find something, and we'll be back. All right, so we're calling it some honey badgers here. And we've got a mature, 3-star mature, I think it is. Yeah, 3-star mature, and we've got a 2-star adult. And this guy, I'm not sure if he's coming in or not. So the problem we're running into is they've been kind of moving this way anyway. Let's see, he should be stopping at the same time. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I thought he was bugged out. Let me just lay down. So I can't tell for sure what's going on. This one should be timed out. And I'm guessing that would be the parallel walk after timing out. But this one's going the same type of direction, but has been eating. They both appear to be pretty far from where they were. Now see, he's doing that spooked running sound but standing still. That's weird. So I don't know what to think at this point. This is one of those deals where I just can't tell for sure what they're actually doing. Alright, let's go back to the collar. Give him time to get through his current little action set there, and don't think that he's going to be responding. And that guy's definitely not responding. Yeah, so no response to the low fit. Oh, now he's spotted me. He lost interest. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and hit the high fit collar. And we should see this guy back here respond. Alright, so there he comes. We'll give it just a few more seconds and we'll hit it again. And see if we get a response from this guy. If he just stands there chill, then I'm going to suspect that he is a high fit adult. And it looks to me like what he's doing. By now he would have finished up the sequence he was in. Yeah, he started a new one. I guess I need the binoculars. And this should be a high fit adult if things are working the way we think they are. Yep, high fit adult. Alright, so that's very consistent. And no, I did not even flinch at that because this is just an old backup save that I'm using. Alright, so we're going to try to find something with a low fit in it. I'm going to pause things again and go see what we can find out on something else. Unfortunately, I ran into a herd of lions I could have used, but since they were spooked, I didn't want to use them. So I'll pause and we'll pick up on the next one. Alright guys, so we have another herd here. This time we have Kudo, and we do have a young here. The bad thing is they're kind of close. So we're going to do the low fit and high fit at the same time. Actually, I guess there's no point in doing the high fit. We know that it's not going to work. It doesn't even work on adult. We'll do the low fits and watch this young, and he may be high fit. If he doesn't respond, then we'll go over to the high fits and start calling just to see what happens, but he should not respond to the high fit. And I don't think he's going to respond to the low fit. Oh, what do we got over here? We got springers. Alright. These guys all look... We've got a 1-star adult, which could be high or low fit. No way of knowing. Once this gets to the R, we're going to bounce over and call the springers. Oh, interesting. So the triangle stopped. They're still responding. We'll just wait until they stop. When they do, we'll call again. I'm going to watch these. Oh, I need to call the Springbok. Okay, so they're still coming in. Yeah, so it kills the triangle coming across, but does not impact whether or not they come in. So we've got another... Uh-oh. He got turned off. Interesting. Okay, these all stop. Time to call again. I'm going to let these guys time out. We'll play around again later maybe. But I'm more interested in whether or not we get this young to respond. The bad thing is these guys are so close already, and these guys are walking off. So we're going to have to do the old reset. So what I'm going to do is let these guys start to run back. So we're going to let them stop. We're going to set here through the 10 to 15 second shooting window that's starting now. And then once they run back about halfway or run off a direction, we'll call again. And that should pull all of these guys back to us. But they'll be further away, which will let me get those in the back. So there they all turn. Now they're going to trot back. So I'm going to let this closest one get, like maybe up in here. Alright. Now that should turn all 4 of those. Alright. This guy's too far out now. Oh, they're too far out. Dang it. Well, that was a waste. I'm going to have to reposition and call them suckers again. Because they're moving on to another... Well, I'm going to have to go to something else. They're changing... Oops. They're changing to another zone. What do these guys do at 1 o'clock? Tika, Kudo. Yeah, they're heading to their sleep zone now. Great. So that's just going to completely ruin this because they're going to be moving. I can't get in one position and stay there. Well, they've stopped moving. So maybe, are we at a sleep zone? I don't have these guys here. I'm not going to pull up next map for this. Alright, we're just going to let the caller time out, let these guys run back, and we're going to move in to where this guy's in range and start again. I really want the adult to be... I want everything coming in. This is what I want. Even if I have to let them go back to regroup them. I should have watched the one that was furthest away instead of the closest one, since I wanted everything coming. How far are these guys? Alright. No, I don't want the predator collar. Alright, so we're going to start calling again. Low fit Kudo. We're going to do low fit and high fit Springbok. Alright, so there's our first responder. Well, is he responding or is he chilling? Yeah, I'm calling. May have waited too long. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's too far out. Alright, so we've got our 1-star adult. We've got our 1-star adult. I'm not going to mess with the Springbok. We can see that we're able to at least call. I mean, we've got 2 more coming in. We can see that we can call them. I'm more interested right now in whether or not this young responds. Heck, we could call in the badger too. Oh shoot, wrong animal. That's alright, you guys will turn and come back. There they turn. And we should pick up a 3rd one. It's actually kind of beneficial to let them go back. Is it going to be you? Who's it going to be? Oh, it's you. So we've got 1, 2, 3 adults. All low fit. And we've got this young here. And we've got the mature here. So that mature should come in on the next call. Assuming he doesn't slip any further away. Alright, so if you bring up your wheel to change and pick whichever animal it is, instead of letting it slowly run across on its own, yeah, kind of like that did, you can... Why did it close? You can change it to the one you want. Oh, we got a Gemspot collar. I didn't think we had one for some reason. Sorry, just totally got sidetracked. But when you have it on the scroll wheel, you can change it to whichever one you want and right click and it'll automatically go to it. And you can call. So that's a little quicker, a little better. Alright, so we've got the adult, the adult, the adult, the adult. And these bastards have gotten outside of range. I'm gonna have to let them get back one more time. Hey guy, how are you doing? Alright, y'all turn and get back now. Oh, this is annoying. I'm gonna flank them. I'll get down here to where even if they wander forward or backwards, hopefully we'll be close enough to where they stay in range. There's so many low fit in this herd that I need to call out that it's taken too long to get through all of them to get to the young. Well, to prove that the young wouldn't respond anyway. We'll set up the tower. I think that's plenty far. Oh, did I alert him? Yeah, sure did. Oh, look, we got lines over here. Alright, you guys calm down. Alright. So now we've got to play the waiting game again. Alright, so we've got the 1-star adult coming. Okay, now we've got 2 1-star adults coming. I'm going to go through all this, shoot the low fit and find out that he's, or shoot the 1-star young and find out that he's not low fit, he's high fit. And we still won't have proven that the youngs don't come into the low fit collar. There he is. There should be another adult some. Oh, there he is. So that adult should come in next. And then the mature, if it's going to do the same pattern it did last time. Alright, so are you going to come or is it going to be the mature? It's going to be the mature. Okay. So since this guy's getting so close... Oh, what's going on with you? What are you doing? Anyway, since this guy's getting so close, we're going to let him run back a little bit. This guy's acting like he's not interested anymore. We'll see what they do. Alright, here in a minute they're going to turn and trot back. Alright, so there they come. He's still closer than I'd like. This adult lost attraction. Maybe it was a high-fit adult. Our young is hidden now. He keeps looking like he's wanting to inspect or something, but... Alright, here we go. Oh, this was the other adult. Okay, so he's a high-fit adult, I guess. So we've got adult, adult, mature, adult. I don't know. Time to call again. Oh, you could have ran back the other way. Alright, so now we've got him coming. Jeez, I got 5 low fits here at least that I need to take out. Oh, there, he's doing the perpendicular walk. You don't get to see it very often. But there he was doing a sideways walk for us. Alright, so he is going to be really close. He is going to be getting closer than I want. So we're going to let him start to run back just a little bit. Just to get this guy a little further away. Just to reposition him. Alright, there they go. Now they should all 5 turn. There we go. Boom, boom. And, yep, they all turned. So now, all we have to do is find the young. It's over here. So there's our young. And he is not responding. So we know that he is either low fit or high fit at this point. But he's definitely not responding to the low fit call. We don't have any more males, do we? That's perfect. So these are all low fit. And we've got this young here. So I can jump over to the high fit collar. Let these guys time out because it doesn't matter. Hit the high fit collar. If he doesn't respond, then we can validate whatever he is. Doesn't respond to the collar. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the high fit collar. These guys are going to stop. They'll do their 10 to 15 seconds. And they should turn any second now. It's 15 to 20, not 10 to 15. There they go. And off they go. Perfect. And I don't know where the young... There's the young behind the bush. He is still not responding. Oh, God, the delay on that thing. Alright, so these guys are all going to settle back in with the pack. I need to shoot that young. Just need to be able to seem... Oh, really? Great. Alright guys, calm down. Yeah, I know. I was up walking around. Y'all were too close. Alright. Oh, just saw him. Is that him right there? That's him right there. Yep. Can't see him now. Right in the middle of all that brush. It's going to take me 10 minutes to get a line of sight on the guy. All this just to find out whether he's high fit or low fit, so we can figure out which one is not responding. I have no idea which way the wind's blowing. I haven't even looked at it. Alright, so it should be blowing to the southeast. Guess I can look at the map. Yeah, so it's blowing southeast. Oh my gosh. Is that him there, the darker one? I should be able to see him with the tower now. Alright, so that's him right there. I did not want to have to chase him any. Alright, so we'll go pick this guy up. And we'll know for sure that whatever he is doesn't respond to the collar. Alright, and he is low fit. So there we go. That confirms it. Low fit did not respond to the collar. Alright, so I'm hesitant to say that low fits do not respond. Let me rephrase that. That all low fits or no low fits respond to the low fitness collar. But I think that's what's going on. So it feels at this point, it needs more testing, but this is a mini dive, not a full-on testing session or anything. But it feels like the low fits will only call in adult and mature, and the high fits is only calling in mature. It definitely needs more testing to lock that in, but that's kind of what it's looking like. At least with the animals we tested, that held true. I don't know. The good news is it does not call in the female predators. So if you hit the low fit collar and something's coming in, it's going to be a male. And these are huge for ranger players. It's hard enough to tell what you're working with in ranger. You can't tell the sex on a lot of the animals like wolves or wolverines, bear. You can't just easily look at it and say, okay, that's a male coming at me, or that's a female. And with the low fit collar, it's difficult to tell which it is. But now with the old low fit collar, it was difficult to tell which it is because it would call the females. But now, if you hit the low fit collar, you know it's a male coming in. That's a big win. So that's a nice change. I do not like that it doesn't call in the low fits, or excuse me, the youngs for the low fits. For high fit, doesn't matter. I'm fine with the young staying back, fine with the adults staying back. I'm not looking to shoot them. If I'm calling high fit, that's generally me looking at a 5-star that I want to take out. So I'm fine with it only calling in mature. Doesn't bother me at all. I wish that the low fit would call in young so that you can start calling earlier. Now, again, not all callers did anyway, so it's not necessarily a change for all of them, but it's a change for a lot. The good news is you do still have 2 additional slots. So if you are wanting to use something like whitetail, you can always use the rattle bags to call in low fit and see if they're going to respond. Assuming you're leveled up high enough to use your low fit and high fit collars, you can use any of the collars alongside of this one. I have not yet tried using collars that call the same animal. That's something else that needs to be tested just to see what happens. So that's something that needs to be done that I just haven't even considered doing yet. We're not going to shoot them. But I'm curious what will happen. So if you break out, say, the Ki and you're on a pack of wolves or a pride of lions or whatever, what happens if you use both of them? It's not necessarily a great thing to try, but I'm curious. So there's definitely some more testing that needs to be done around the collar. All in all, I like it. I do like it. It does add value for sure. And that's pretty good. So to kind of recap things, this was really just a mini dive, not a deep dive. We wanted to take a look at some of the power that was available with the new rifles. And yeah, we walked through that and saw obviously that there were some bugs. So we've got the issue with the 44, the core locked being listed as a lower tier than what it should be, and the Barnes Expander really being listed as a higher tier than it should be. The numbers are wrong in the encyclopedia for it, so it says it's 1075, but we know it's 2120. So we found some issues with that. The 416, it looks like there's a bug in the encyclopedia, but it's actually not. The numbers are the same to start with, and the Swift A-frame holds power a little better when you start looking at the further ranges. The 224, I don't think there were any issues with it or the 300 in the encyclopedia, so that was all good. We saw, there's some really good rounds out there. The 44 was able to do a 400 meter shot with the one round, the rifle round. I'm blanking on the name again. Hammer down. There we go. So it did do its job there. The 224, the one round was able to take out a deer at 400 meters. So that's impressive. Disappointed by the accuracy, of course, but it's good enough. 416, whew, holy mama. It just destroys everything it touches, but good luck shooting long range. It is not for the faint of heart, and without hunter sense, I don't want to be using it at long range at all. But it's not a long range gun, so that's perfectly fine. I don't have any qualms with that. It's the way it should work. No issues there. And the 300 PRC, the free Bergara, just a good little weapon. Can't complain about it. It's got good power. It holds power really well. If you're running the, was it the Swift A-frame? No, it's not the Swift A-frame. That's the 416. It's the Premier Long Range. Yeah, Premier Long Range. If you're holding it, it only drops 20% power, so at about 400 meters. So it's just chock full power. I wish it too were a little more accurate. I mean, let me all right, so this, they're on different scopes, it won't matter. Well, No, because, well, I can zoom out to 18. All right, so here's 18x. You can kind of see the dot. And if we go over to the SM12, we've got the 18x scope on it. You can see it's a smaller dot. So, yeah, that does matter, especially when you're trying to be precise. So I do wish they'd have made it a little more accurate, but if they did, it would really replace the SM12. So it does have a little more power than SM12, so I think it's a fair trade. I'm okay with that. It's a very good round, the 300 PRC. 224, they missed the mark. It needed to be more accurate. That's the type of round that is designed to be a tack driver, and that's what makes it such a good round. It's super fast and needs to be super accurate. They missed the mark. Disappointed with that. But all in all, I mean, it's a good DLC. I'm not going to complain about it. The 44 used reasonably works just fine. The 416 works just fine. 224 works just fine. And the 300, we'll say it works great. I think it's probably the best rifle out of the newer stuff we've got. Yeah, it was the free one. Wasn't really part of the DLC, but it was new, so we'll look at it. But yeah, they're all fine. Just use them. Use your weapons responsibly. No complaints. In the e-collar, just fine. It's a very nice addition. It's probably the most versatile thing we have in game. It's just phenomenal. All right, so I've got a lot of editing to do to put all this stuff together, so it's probably going to take another day or two of editing to get through all this because it's taken forever to put all this together. I apologize that it did not come out as quickly as I anticipated. I did get delayed, I did get sidetracked, and it's taken some time to do some of this. And I didn't want to get into a super deep dive. We have a lot of deep dives. Collar probably needs a little bit more of a deep dive, to be completely fair. I don't think it needs a deep dive video, but it needs some deep testing to see for sure what it's going to do. But I think we figured it out. I think we're probably seeing exactly what it's going to do for everything. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Again, I do apologize for it being so long. I know I said it would be coming out soon. And, well, I gave you the NRG soon. And that little trademark symbol. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night. God bless, and happy hunting.